my dog. DJ Sama.
Sama Sutra. Let's go, let's go.
So we gonna have one of the craziest times you ever had in your life.
DJ Sama, you know I'm always with the movers and the shakers, and as a matter of fact, I ran into this beautiful young lady at a networking event down in Hallandale Beach, and we just hit it off like right away. We were like, oh wow, I should have known you like 40 years ago. Not trying to age anybody, but you know, it was just one of those synergy was there, everything was clicking, and it was a pleasure, and I'm very grateful that I have met Dr. Joy Vaughn. How are you?
I am amazing. I'm so happy to be here, DJ Sama. Thank you so much.
Yeah, so where are you right now? Are you in Miami? Are you in Barbados? Tell me where you're at and tell me a little bit about what you do on a daily.
Okay, I am actually in Fort Lauderdale right now
Okay.
and
Okay.
preparing for this summit that is going to be blowing people's socks off. This International Business Resilience Summit.
Okay. All right. So that's going to be happening October 9th, 10th, and 11th, and it's virtual, right?
Yes, it is. It is virtual.
Okay.
Yeah.
So explain to everybody out there, what is the International Business Resilience Summit, and more importantly, why did you decide to create this?
Oh my gosh. I ask myself that every day because, as you know, when you're planning events, things don't always go the way you want to. And that, DJ, is the essence of being resilient. So I created this along with my colleagues because we knew that businesses come out of the pandemic. They're not quite where they need to be. A lot of people had quit their jobs. They wanted to do something different. But moving from 9 to 5 to actually being a business owner is a whole transition within itself.
Mm-hmm.
And so it requires you to reinvent yourself, but then you have to have staying power. Like,
Yeah.
how are you going to be resilient? And how are you going to manage yourself on the skinny branches with very little income coming in? What are you going to do?
Yeah.
And so yeah.
No. Go ahead. I'm listening. Go ahead.
And so we created this summit on resilience because resilience is being able to pick yourself up over and over again and keep going. Easier said than done. Now, you might have a great idea, but the execution of it, oh, DJ Salmon, that's a whole nother ballgame.
Yeah, you're
right?
preaching to the
And then
choir. Yeah.
I know. And then the execution of it over time, well, that's our next level. So we said, well, we wanted to put together a program that would have speak specifically to some of the issues that small business and businesses in general were having, no matter where they are in their game. Does that make sense?
Yeah, that definitely makes sense. And I'll be honest with you, one of the things that I still struggle with all the time is like I'm one of those guys that likes to learn everything about my business so that in case I need to jump in and handle things, I don't have to wait on nobody, but sometimes it gets a little overwhelming, and I've got to remember that there's different ways to go about it, meaning there's different ways that you can delegate the work out without having to really kick out so much dollars. You know what I'm saying? Like you can trade with certain people and get them to work what you need, and in return you can give them a service that you provide. This way no one's coming out of pocket and you're working together. I think these are like practices that more business owners and business independents need to practice because it can save us a lot of money and it can save us a lot of time. You know what I'm saying? So that we can start to close the deals that we're looking to close.
Exactly. And you speak to one of the fundamentals about resilience, and that is about relationships.
Yeah.
It's all about who you have around you and who you attract. Now, look, I went through a lot of smoke and mirrors to get this conference done, right? People saying they could do this, they could do that, and then, you get disappointed. But disappointment is an opportunity for you to be resilient and say, okay, this didn't work out. Where do I go from here? What's next? Right? So I always say resilience is a journey, not a destination.
Yeah, I definitely like that mindset. So with that being said, let's dive into your structure and exactly what is going to go on within the virtual summit that kicks off October 9th at 9 a.m. and it goes all the way through the 11th. Let me see if I can pop that up.
So we
Yeah, go ahead.
start off now. If people remember, we were going to go to Barbados. This is what resilience is all about. And as great as that would be, right, to lay on the beach and to hobnob with the masses and the people.
Barbados. I see myself
Mm,
with my feet in the sand, sipping on
mm,
a nice
mm.
tropical drink and watching the ladies go. Oh, never mind. Okay, okay. We'll leave it there. Okay. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, but when it comes to business, right, that's a whole nother layer. You have to understand the culture, what's going on. And so when we looked at that trip, it was cost prohibitive. And I'm
Yeah,
telling you the honest truth, right?
yeah. Gotcha.
So being resilient, I had a choice. I could either give up or pivot. And resilience is all about pivoting and knowing
Mm.
when the right time to pivot. So guess what? We pivoted from the island to online. Now we're still,
Okay.
right?
Yeah.
Right? We're
Can I go to
still,
the next page?
yeah.
Okay.
So the my company is called Baroness Productions Inc., right? And it's what we do is we're a personal development company, and we work on shifting mindsets to do two things. We help people to reinvent themselves and to be resilient, and we give
Hmm.
you the tools and techniques and the support to be able to do that for the long haul. So this is what the summit is about, giving you the tools and techniques to be able to manage your business in a way that you need to manage it and think outside of the box so that you can remain resilient for 2024 and beyond. We were, yeah,
No, I see that. I see all the accolades that you got here. Wow, you're definitely ready for war, financial
yes,
war.
yes, yes, yes.
Awesome.
So we were lucky enough and blessed enough to have Dame Sandra Mason, who's the president of Barbados. She's going to be opening up the summit. And because we were originally going to Barbados, we kind of wanted to keep the theme
Hmm.
going, and also to open it up though internationally to other countries who would want to contribute to the resilience conversation. Because DJ Sama, it's not about riding one pony anymore. If you're not global, you're not. And
That's
this
right.
is an
It's
opportunity
all
for
about being
businesses.
global. Yeah, absolutely.
Oh my God. And now with the internet, and it is so possible to be global. So she's going to open it up, and
Hmm.
then have amazing speakers, right? From all over the world. Now this doesn't know the banner we said. Um, has these amazing speakers on it. So, for example, remember we talked about relationships. That's a critical piece of being resilient, right?
Hmm.
So, Mary Curick is going to open up with that. And then Paul Barry is going to follow up with that and talk about expanding your concept about resilience and why resilience matters. And the fact is that you can do just what you said before. You can do very little, a lot with very little. So he tells you how to buy an island for $1. I mean, like things that you wouldn't think of outside of the box. Because
Hmm.
this is the outside of the box summit, because that's how you remain resilient. Make sense?
Yeah, so you're going to have quite a few speakers at this summit.
Yes,
Here's a list of the team that's going to be, I guess, staffing this thing. And
yes.
you've got yourself, obviously. You've got Sherry Ann Dixon, who's the government of Barbados Ministry of Business, right?
No, Sherry Ann Dixon is from the UK, and she's one of our promoters in the UK.
Okay, okay. And then you've got Kenneth Wong, who's a business consultant. Am I correct by saying that?
Yes,
Okay.
yeah, yeah. He was a consultant on the team.
Miss
Um,
Mary Simmons is on here.
yes, she is actually a former United Nations development executive who's worked all over the world, particularly in the African diaspora. And she will be speaking actually on day one in the afternoon. So we're very blessed to have her. And then following her would be Micheline Holder, who is going to speak on something really important, which is business risk and business loss.
Yeah, I
Now,
see you even have a dream vacation tours expert here, a travel coordinator,
yeah,
Ms.
yeah,
Carmen O'Reilly,
yeah,
digital marketing expert, a creative designer, promotions alpha connector. You know what? Oh my God, I cannot believe this. Yeah, Mike. I've been talking to Mike back and forth for like
yeah,
3 weeks now. We have seriously started networking
good,
to
good.
the 10th power.
Yeah, yeah, because that's what it's about.
Yeah,
That's what it's
yeah.
about,
Mike
really.
is an amazing individual. Let me tell you.
Yeah. And then, we have all kinds of activities planned. So here's the cool part about it. This is not a talking heads summit. Oh, no, 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 no. Everybody, all the speakers are presenting workshops, but not just any workshop. It's workshop that really puts you in action, right? So I'm not sure that this will give you what I'm going to be talking about, but because this was a deck that we put out and it's really only for sponsors, but I can walk you through a little bit about what the participants will get because that's really important because we're trying to put to have as many people attend this as possible.
Sure.
Make
And you know
sense?
what? They can take a look at the sponsor deck because we might have some potential sponsors out there that would want to be involved with this.
Yes, yes. And oh, talking about that, if you want to be a sponsor, we give you your 5 minutes of fame. You get to tell your resilient story. And then if you have a video, we'll play that throughout the conference over the next 3 days. So you
Very
get a
cool.
lot of exposure. And, we have a couple of sponsors, and they know that they will be getting that level of exposure.
It's all about creating value. It's all
It
about
is.
creating value. Yeah.
It is. And you never know where the value is going to come from, DJ. You
Yeah.
really don't. Because if you think about it, we have speakers from United Kingdom. Micheline Holder is from United Kingdom, and most of these are world travelers and world connected. We have Sega Medhin from Ethiopia, very well connected, and particularly for women in the diaspora and beyond. We have Mary Currick, who works with the Malawian government, very well connected as well. Yvonne Gamble, right, who is a venture capitalist. I don't know if you've seen anything on LinkedIn, but in terms of she does capitalization from 1 million to $1 billion.
Mm.
Somebody you definitely want to listen to, right?
Yeah.
We've got uh, people talking about technology, cybersecurity, and AI. Big, big topics on day two that will be
Yeah.
covered. You want to know how you can make your company cyber secure. You don't want to leave that for chance. And then with all the AI oh my goodness, AI, they're going to teach you how AI can be a tool, how you can use AI instead of AI using you. Make sense?
Yeah, absolutely. Listen, man, it sounds like they're going to be dropping gems all
Oh,
3 days. They're going to
yes,
get a lot of knowledge. You're going to be able to absorb the information to take your company, your business, your brand to the next level. Just
yes.
educational information.
Yes. And on day three, we have like diversity. How do you diversify your company in a global economy? Good Lord, that's worth its weight in gold, right? Because it's about expanding who you are, being resilient, and expanding who you are beyond your borders and connecting with people. And then Juan Nunez, who you know, right? He's going to be teaching on multiple streams of income.
Hmm.
And then we have wrapping up it, Chioma Deer, who is a lawyer, and she's going to talk about legacy building. Because some people might be ready to ditch their company and, look, I'm done. I'm out. I'm going on a trip, right? I'm going to sail my boat into the sunset. Well, who are you going to leave it to? What are you doing with it? So that's the conference in a nutshell. And then in the afternoon, we have just a roundtable. We just get together and we just chat and we just chill. So that's it in a nutshell. Those are the 3 days.
Yeah, it sounds like a lot of information is going to be thrown at you, but it looks like also an entertaining, for lack of a better word, type of summit where you're also going to be entertained while you're getting this processing this information.
Absolutely. Annette Nias has something so special for the participants every single day at lunchtime where she is going to actually take you virtually to Barbados so that you can have the time of your life. You'll be dancing in the chair, talking about resilience, talking about your business. And then every morning from 8:30, we have a power pack networking, a lot of networking where you get to ask, who do you know, right, that can help me and get the answers for that. So I mean, we've done everything we know to do to put together a phenomenal program. We just need people to come and partake.
Absolutely. So give them the phone number one more time and the email address so they can get in touch with you if they're interested in attending this virtual summit you got going on.
Yes, you can. Couple of things. You can find me on LinkedIn. That's the first thing, Dr. Joy, coaching on
Okay.
LinkedIn. You can find me at 786-256-6664.
Okay.
The event is at drjoycoaching.com business resilience virtual summit. So you can find me those places and I'll be happy to talk to you. But I can tell you, we have an early bird special that's finishing on the 15th. It's a BOGO on the one day. You don't want to miss that. They want to jump in on that right away. Those tickets are going fast.
Yeah, you're a little less than a month away, so more than enough time to to make sure that you prepare yourself properly to be able to attend this thing because if I'm correct, it starts in the morning and ends around 4 or 5, right?
4:35.
Yeah,
Yeah,
4:35. So people,
yeah.
and let me ask you this: for people that can't hang on, the whole day, will this be recorded? Can they do a playback later on? How's that play out?
Yeah. Yes, it will be recorded. Yes.
Okay, so
Yeah.
no fear there. You know what I'm saying? If you can't attend, the full 8 hours or whatever it pans out to be, you can always get a playback and listen to whatever you missed, so that you feel like you got your money's worth. That because that's
Yes.
important. Yeah, right.
Absolutely. Absolutely. But we would want you at least to set aside one day that you want to hear everybody, because a lot of it is networking.
Yeah,
If you miss the opportunity to network, you know, what
yeah.
good is it?
So, what day would you say would be the most important day to be hands on all day?
It would depend on the business and their needs.
Mm-hmm.
And I say that very honestly because somebody just starting out, or a small business that maybe want to go to the next level, may not know how to network. They may not know about relationships. So that would be a good thing for them on day one, and then
Yeah,
how to expand globally. So that's day one. But another business that's pretty okay, and look, I need to learn about AI and cybersecurity and some technology tips. That's day two. But
yeah,
then day three, if I want to say, oh my gosh, because you can't win this race with one pony. What can I do? How can I take what I have and diversify it so it makes me more money? That's on day three, and then who do I want to leave all that to? So,
yeah. Guys, so there you have it. I mean, she's just keeping it real. Like, if you really want to get the most for your money, set aside the time. You know what I'm saying? Because we're talking about your business future. So it deserves all the attention it could possibly get. The Business Resilience Virtual Summit will definitely open your eyes to a lot of things that you may not even be aware of that can really scale your business. And that's super important, especially when you're trying to put chicken in the fridge, if you know what I mean.
gotta tell you, I love that. It's true. It's true. Yeah.
So take the time to educate and elevate. That's the way I say it. You know what I
Yes.
mean? You got to
Yes.
put in the work. You know what I'm saying? If you want to ka-ching that cash register.
Absolutely. And it's all about expanding your mind as to beyond what you think is possible.
Yeah, and funny enough, you could pick up one thing that could change your whole spectrum. Just one thing that you just get an epiphany, and you're like, oh my god. That's exactly what I need to be doing. That happens to me every now and then. I'm like, oh, wow. Like this person said something to me or through a conversation or through a seminar or whatever. And then like everything that the project that I had put to the side, all of a sudden becomes a reality to me to finish because I got the missing piece with this brainstorming that went on, Yeah.
And here's something we can promise you. Every single attendee is going to walk out with an action plan. One thing that they can implement immediately in their business. And when we follow up, we're going to hold you accountable. Did you actually implement it and what was the results?
That's it. And we old school, boy. We'll pull out that ruler, that belt, or that swish, and it's going to be on and popping.
I can tell
you. We gonna give it to you old school.
Yeah.
Hey, you gotta be accountable. You gotta be accountable. Right. You know what I mean? We're like big brother, big sister. You know what I mean? Making sure that you do what you got to do. But Dr. Joy, it's always a pleasure speaking with you. I got so much respect for you, and I really appreciate you. Very grateful that you took out the time to speak with me. And listen, you not want to get out there to Barbados, so we got plans to make happen that. You know what I'm saying?
And I can tell you, I want to leave the listeners with one tip. Procrastination is the enemy of resilience.
Okay. So get on your game if you want to take it to the next level. Yeah. Sure indeed. All right. Well, thank you so much, and we can't wait for it. It's all going down with Dr. Joy.
Amen.
All right. Bye-bye. God bless. Take care.
God bless.
It's going down, and you want to be there. The Sugar Hill Gang's only South Florida
Saturday, October 21st at Sport of King Theaters inside Gulfstream Park.
Performing Rappers Delight live.
Tonto, jump on it.
And Apache.
Jump on it.
Yeah, come be a part of history as we celebrate 50 years of hip-hop with the Sugar Hill Gang live at Sport of Kings Theater.
Inside Gulfstream Park. Go to eventbrite.com for tickets.
Or call 305-794-7177. 305-794-7177.